Hey, hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'm bringing you guys a random scrimmage. This is a random scrimmage between two teams. I think they were within the same team, but they're just doing some practice matches. Actually, no, I take it back. This is the preliminaries for some tournament. I forgot what it was. He just said this is preliminaries, and something's going on. But they have two teams within the thing, and they want me to commentate for them. So I am more than happy to commentate for them. All that said, give me a moment, guys. I gotta do something real quick.
Team ban.
Okay, all that said, we're in a captain's draft apparently, and kind of cool. So we have the heroes already picked out, everything's already scoped out. We got the PLs and the Coddles are already out of the map. I'm not sure if they're actually as powerful as people think they are, but or anymore, that combination. But Coddle, Axe Coddle, still I haven't heard anybody like shut it down. So apparently it's a legit thing. You don't want to get that mixed up with the PL, so that does make sense. They both were in the pool. I'm a little bit concerned that Tiny is still in the pool. He does a lot of stuff late game. Sadly, there's no Wisp to partner up with him, because if there was, I'm pretty sure she would have been banned, or it would have been banned out from the get-go. As far as the other things that were banned out, we got a Venomancer, Mirana, and Doombringer banned out. I do like those bans, with the exception of Venomancer. I don't think he would have been that big of a deal, but his damage does do a little bit more than I ever give it credit for, and that I ever will give it credit for, because I'm kind of like that parent who's just... Their kid's doing great things, and I never acknowledge it because I'm just that bad. Don't worry, guys. CulBlu's going to be a great parent one day, just not anytime soon. So, moving on, we got the Omega B team, or Omega 24 on both sides, but we have A and B for Team A and Team B. But the Omega B team, they picked up a Tidehunter, Warlock, and a Morphling. It seems they're going to go for a 4 Protect 1, which I think these are two perfectly well etched out supports to go for that. Tidehunter's Ravage gives you a bunch of threat / control when the mid game does come around, and Warlock, his Golem as well, does the same exact thing as Tidehunter's ulti does. Like, it kind of forces your opponent to play a lot more cautious because they don't want to get caught in like a big wombo combo and they end up dying and losing the game because of that. So Tidehunter, Warlock are really good at keeping the enemy at bay, where Morphling, he can farm wherever the freak he wants and just morph out if things do get a little bit too hairy for him. That is one of his strengths and also one of his weaknesses, because if he doesn't make a replicate, he's pretty much has no way to really get out, except for maybe a wave form into the trees, but people know how to deal with that. So on the side of Omega A team, they picked up a Darkseer and a Lich. Those are the first two pickups that they had. Then they also went to a Gyrocops and a Drow Ranger. I like the fact that they're thinking about the synergy that they need to help them win the game. Darkseer and Lich should be good people to have to break that mid game wide open. Because despite the fact that there's a Ravage and a Golem on the side of Omega B team, if they do get the Vacuum Lich ult off before the Ravage or the Golem comes through, like tied in Warlock and caught inside of it, that should continue to do damage while they're all stunned up, presumably, because a tied in Warlock will drop those ultis. Gyrocops, he's a nice carry to have, but I'm a little bit concerned because we got a Drow Ranger pickup as well, and I'm not a huge fan of Drow Ranger in the first place. Her damage is phenomenal, I'll give her that, but her survivability is more or less non-existent unless she gets a Shadow Blade, which even then is risky at all. Even then it's still risky. But Gyrocops and Drow Ranger on the same team, I think it's being a little bit greedy. I gotta be completely honest, unless we see a support Gyro, which we most definitely can. So support Gyro, support Lich, Darkseer into the jungle. Drow Ranger, she can play the carry role, and okay, we gotta... it's gonna be interesting. We could very well see a mid Gyro as well. I've heard the fabled mid Gyro, I haven't really seen it played a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and be bluntly honest with you guys, but a mid Gyro, as far as I'm concerned, goes for a whole bunch of ganks, which you can do with the missile plus the rocket barrage, but people don't do it for a reason, because it's risky, because it's kind of like a snowball hero. Like, he needs to get his ganks off. So we'll just have to wait and see to see what Omega A decides to do definitively. But in the meantime, on the side of Omega 24 Team B, the team that I haven't talked about that much. My bad. Words hard. On the picks that they picked up afterwards, they picked up a Zeus, a Tidehunter, and also a Kunkka. I like the Kunkka pickup. This is a very well placed team to defend Morphling for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, however much time he needs. Zeus is a nice addition too for those quick load pickoffs. Just assume that Ravage and Warlock Golem comes through, somebody gets away a little bit low, Zeus drops that ulti, and then immediately everybody on Omega A team is pretty much dead. Oh. Oh, guys, the benefits of love. But yeah, the Zeus is probably the shakiest person on Omega Omega B's team. And on the side of Omega A's team, it's the fact that they have a Gyro and a Gyrocopter. Like I said, a mid Gyrocopter might be the outcome of this, or support Gyrocopter. Maybe have Lich run mid, but Lich is actually picking up a whole bunch of wards and stuff, so Gyro's looking to farm. Gyranger, she might be mid with that build. I've seen Wraithband first builds are usually on top of Vipers, and Vipers usually like to go mid with that build, so we might, I hope we see a mid Gyranger, because offlane Gyranger doesn't really survive that well. Darkseer already going for a Soul Ring, so he's going to be playing the offlane. So there you go, guys, the lanes are panning out the way I kind of expected. I just kind of expected Gyrocopter to be mid, because I feel like he can do a little bit more as far as impacting that mid game with levels. Gyranger with levels, she just does a tiny bit more damage. Honestly, it's not really that big of a deal. She can get her level 6 at like the 5-minute mark, 6-minute mark, because her damage only gets increased by 40, which is a lot, albeit it's a lot. But relative to the late game where she actually has crit and stuff to actually amplify the fact that she has all that bonus agility, it's not really going to mean too much. And on the side of 24B, like I said before, the Kunkka and the Kunkka Tidehunter Warlock, they should be perfectly poised to just stall for as long as it can. Specifically, Kunkka's boat, I think, is probably one of the underdogs on the side, and of course the Warlock Golem, the most obvious one, and Tidehunter's Ravage, the even more obvious one. But Zeus, on the other hand, he can just pick off people on the side. He got his nukes. I guess it's balanced. I wouldn't have minded to see a mid Warlock. I gotta be honest. Or we could see a support Zeus. I've been seeing a few support Zeus because of lightning bolts. So anyway, let me be obnoxious with my caster tools and zoom all the freaking way out, because I did that on accident. And actually, I want to do introductions. Start off on the side of the Omega 24 B team. On this Kunkka, we have Love Hurts. And I do agree, Kunkka, love does most definitely hurt. That's why I want you guys to kill each other to show that you love me. I don't mean that seriously. I mean that in a joking way. Muno to Warlock, we see Zexonics on him. Muno to this Morphling, we see Rogue Quesadilla, or Rogue Quesadilla, if you guys want to pronounce all phonetics, or all the letters that are there, the way that they're not supposed to be pronounced. And on the Zeus, we see Starry-Eyed Dota. And then last but not least, on this very important role of this Tidehunter, we see, hey bitches, let's fight. So that's going to be a nice little one-more combo they got going on there. I'll give them that. But see, the thing is, like, if Warlock Golem misses, or if Tide Ravage doesn't hit the right spot, or specifically if Kunkka's boat doesn't actually hit people, like, whether they be allies or enemies, it's not going to be all that great. I still think Kunkka's boat is going to be a Lich pin that determines whether these guys win these fights or lose these fights, because his boat has a very far initiation range relative to all the other initiation ranges. Actually, hold on. How far can Golem? I don't know how far Golem could be casted from. Okay, guys, don't take my word for that, because the range on Ghost Ship is 1,000, and I think that's a radius. So that means the boat starts 1,000 back, and it goes through Kunkka, and it goes 1,000 forward. Man, I need to brush up on my boats. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The boat seems like it goes a pretty far distance. But anyway, those are the introductions on the side of Omega 24B team. Moving to the Omega 24A team, because these guys got an A in their classes. We see Takia on that Gyrocopter. Moving over to this Lich, we see Nathan 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. The person who said he loves me. I love you too, Nathan. Oh my gosh, I have a viewer replay casted you sent me in for like ages ago. I have the replay, but I haven't casted it. Okay, now I feel dirty. Now I feel really dirty. I apologize, guys. CulBlu being dirty. It's going to get a lot worse because next week I'm not going to be home. But you guys don't know that. Moving to his Crystal Maiden, we see Sklee on her. And on this Drow Ranger, we see the one, the only, German Rock. Jerry Rock. These words though. And last but not least, on this Dark Seer, we see who we are. And this is, in fact, who we are. So, just zooming out, using my caster's tools. If anybody has not ever played the game of Dota, this is what the Dota map looks like. Not very impressive, I know. It's actually kind of, I mean, when I first saw Dota, I thought the map was impressive. But I was coming from League of Legends, so I was like, this map looks vaguely similar, but it's kind of interesting with all the trees and the vision and stuff. It's kind of cool with all that. So anywho, let's not talk about CulBlu's past, let's talk about what we have in front of us. And what we have in front of us is the potential for a very explosive game, and also the potential for a very long, drawn out, and boring game. What it's honestly going to come down to is Morphling going to be able to outcarry a Drow Ranger? Honestly, I don't think Gyrocops is ever going to hit that point to where he's going to be as effective, because Omega A team, unless they somehow snowball out of control, unless they get some really magnificent ganks off, they're not going to be able to farm both Drow Ranger and Gyrocop at the same time. They're going to hit their strides at different times. And I honestly think, mainly because Gyrocopters... okay. While I'm thinking about this and trying to say things intelligently, I just thought to myself, Drow Ranger doesn't have that much HP. Gyrocopter, his HP is not that much more impressive. I mean, actually, it's not impressive at all. Drow Ranger actually has more HP, but I think it might be because of Wraithbane giving her that extra 3 agility, whereas Gyrocopter has just 1 Iron Branch off of 3. No, okay, she has 5. She has 5 strength. She has 5 extra strength. Gyrocopter has 2 extra strength, so yeah, 3 extra strength going towards Drow Ranger. I think that calculates out to that. 19 HP per strength, so it's about 60. So yeah, Gyrocopter has more HP, level 1. His strength gain, probably better than the Drow Rangers. I'm just gonna say probably. Don't know. Oh, it's bad. Oh my god, it's worse. Go figure, guys. Drow Ranger is more survivable than Gyrocopter. That said, if Gyrocopter gets a Satanic, he can do a lot more heal, whereas if Drow Ranger gets a Satanic, she can't do as much, although her damage is still phenomenal, assuming that nobody's all that close to her, because she is afraid of people getting close to her. She's claustrophobic. She can heal a decent amount, but Gyrocopter can kill a lot of people while he's doing it, so... I'm going to retract my earlier statement and say that I think they need to farm with Gyrocopter. And Gyrocopter versus Morphling, I mean, Morphling really doesn't care about your call down. He can just waveform out and be fine. And once the BKBs do go on both sides, what's really going to determine these fights is who can attack faster. And quite honestly, Morphling should be able to attack faster, because he can morph to agility, and then he can morph to strength to just keep himself a little bit more survivable while he's running away. So it's really going to come down to David and Goliath, whereas David is on the side of Omega A team. Either it's David or Daisy, David or Daisy versus Goliath, and Goliath is definitely going to be that Morphling. Now, all the other people out on this map, of course, they're still significant. I can't downplay them. I shouldn't downplay them, because Lich ulti is going to be very important in the mid game. Darkseer's vacuum wall is always going to get strong as long as Morphling continues to get strong, because he can't make replicates of him, assuming that Morphling walks through. Crystal Maiden, she's going to follow pretty hard, but the simple fact that she can allow her team to be aggressive early on is what I think will set these two teams apart. It's kind of laying on the backs of Crystal Maiden and Lich to determine who really wins this game. Because if this game goes ultra late game, it's going to be very touchy. Because Morphling, he should be able to outcarry a Drow Ranger by himself. I don't think he should be able to outcarry a Gyrocopter. Because if he has so much of strength and run away, he's not actually doing damage to you. He's running away. That's the name of the game. And it's also this kind of weird thing where, like, Morphling, he's really good. Like, not the ultra late game, but like, 10 minutes before the ultra late game, and then he's really bad ultra late game because he's just doesn't do as much, especially if he decides to go for shotgun Morphling. But oh my guys, I can talk about this all day. There's so many theories that you can throw at this. The main one you got to throw at the main theory you got to throw at this is that both sides have a carry that they want to get a lot of farm, and I think the farm is a little bit more important for Omega 24B, mainly because, Omega 24A, mainly because they have 2 people who need farm, and also they need to make sure that they control enough. Like, they can get enough farm while controlling the mid game. Because if they let it get out of hand, Warlock and Tidehunter is going to have so much control, it's going to be really hard for anybody to do anything. So anyway, A lot of words happened.
Remaining.
The pause is over, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. The pause is over. And CulBlu wants to eat his cheese, so I'm going to go ahead and be quiet for a little bit. Let you guys enjoy the sultry sound of Morphling's walk. Such a peaceful walk. Listen to it. Such peace. Wow. And while I do that, I'm going to eat some cheese. String cheese. But actually, before I do that, we got someone actually... Okay, never mind. I thought he was caught inside the trees, but he's actually running away. So the support will be on Kunkka. I was saying that earlier, I forgot I was muted. But it looks like it's going to be a support Kunkka. Okay, that'll work. He should be able to keep the Crystal Maiden at bay with his free damage, but Frostbite is available for Crystal Maiden, so he does need to be a little bit careful about that. And, wow, the drafting music's still going on. That's weird. Whoa, oops. Did I drink all my soda? Oh, okay, no. Just another Coke bottle. Alright. Oh man. I haven't drinking soda in a while. Man, I'm drunk up too fast. Oh god. Excuse me guys, pardon my manners, or where are my manners, pardon my French, or whatever you want to say. The lane matchups are going to be tri-lane on tri-lane action. Crystal Maiden should be able to get the better of this because she can jungle farm with her Frostbite. Really fun stuff, really fun gold, and really easy levels. And Lich can also deny. He can deny a whole bunch of creeps just to keep the lanes pushing back towards him, make sure Gyrocarp stays nice and safe. The only drawback is that Kunkka, all he needs to just right click once every 12 seconds, 13 seconds, my bad. And he can pretty much just get some free damage on both Gyrocopter and on top of Lich. Especially considering that Gyrocopter's attack range is not the best in the world, it's only 350. Which is actually borderline, okay, not really borderline, but it's almost a melee range. Like TA's attack range, I think her attack range is like 200 or something. Without side blades, and side blades increases to like 800, something like that, something weird. So when pings do come in the jungle, my phone's going off, and Kunkka's going to place a ward to D-ward. They're going to go for the kill on top of Kunkka. Kunkka's in a bunch of trouble. He should have X'd himself while he had a chance. He goes down. First blood going towards Takia on the side of Omega A, and I think that was the start that they needed. They killed the Kunkka, and they are going to be able to D-ward this ward, or D-ward this camp before the next spawn comes through. So it's going to be some cool beans going their way. Meanwhile, mid, Drow Ranger versus Zeus. Zeus is having the better of this lane because his damage can actually come out a lot faster than the Drow Rangers. Despite the fact that Drow Ranger can do so much damage a little bit later, Zeus right now, he pretty much owns this middle lane. Every single time he throws an Arc Lightning, he gets a whole bunch of static field damage, which is 3%? Or 5%? 5% at level 1 of Jarl's current HP, which really sucks. It's also a blessing for Drow Ranger because she doesn't have that much HP anyway, so 5% of 600 is only, what is that? It's only 30 extra damage coming out from static field. So she's fared a little bit better than others might have fared. Meanwhile, up top, the lane that I haven't talked about too terribly much, Darkseer finishes up a Soul Ring, CulBlu lags a little bit, and Tidehunter's running away from an Iron Shell creep. Tidehunter up top lane, I like this, he's in the safe lane, he's getting that farm that he needs. They want him to get a Blink Dagger, and I think he has something, he has a bottle coming to him. So he might be roaming around a little bit, picking up a few runes here or there, just trying to do what he can to keep himself active. Because, well, his team is going to be the team that's setting the tempo for this game, and I do in fact think that if they just sit on their laurels, they're just going to be wasting so much potential for killing these guys, because Lich, Crystal Maiden, they're easy to kill. Drow Ranger, same concept, she's really easy to kill if you can catch her in the right spot. One Ravage in the right area can just destroy Drow, like within the 2.5 seconds or 2.77 seconds, whatever it is. Okay, my bad, that's level 3. 2.2 seconds that you're stuck in the Ravage. Drow Ranger can pretty much get murdered in the face, and it'll just not be fun. So anyway, who we are is having a little bit of trouble trying to keep these iron shells up. He's trying to do what he can to push Tidehunter back, but Tidehunter has an Anchor Smash, really cheap and efficient damage. So it's a really cheap ability. It's only 60 mana at level 4, and also does a crap ton of damage relative to how much it costs. 225 damage at level 6, and only costs 60 mana. To put it into perspective, Zeus's Arc Lightning at level 6 or at level 4 costs 80 mana and only does 145 damage. Albeit it has a little bit, like, you know, half the cooldown. So if we actually scale that, Zeus's Arc Lightning is a little bit better, but still costs more. Still costs more. For that reason only. As far as the last hits go, Drow Ranger's sitting at 21 last hits, which is great. Despite the fact that Zeus is harassing the crap out of her, she's doing fine. Don't worry, you're doing fine. And it's also getting a few right clicks on, so good, well played coming up from Jerry Monrock. Good lord, these words. And down bottom, we got some kills going on. We got Morphling actually going to be the first one to go down. Zeus ulti flies, kills Lich, and now we got Garcopter and a little bit trouble. The missile from Garcopter does fly on top of Kunkka. Kunkka will be loose, or will not be able to pursue. But Warlock's like, bro, I want to go for kill. He needs just one shadow word. Just one kill yourself, please. That's pretty much what he's telling you. He's like, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, and he's just slowly dying. Or maybe he's just singing. Maybe he's just singing Rebecca Black's song, Friday. It just makes you want to kill yourself. It just does damage to you over and over and over. He's just whispering the lyrics to it. But yeah, Zeus ulti came at the perfect time. He's level 6, of course, and so is Drow Ranger. Really nice communication, really nice awareness coming up from Zeus, so give him credit where credit is due. Sadly, they weren't able to cash in on the other 2 kills that were there. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Morphling and Kunkka getting themselves some farm. Love hurts. Getting himself right click. Nice little, what was that, whatever amount of gold that was? Lump sum of gold. Garcopter comes through. Those are his missiles. They want to go on top of something, or maybe just trying to force these guys back a little bit. Not too terribly sure, but they need to be careful. Lich can only do but so much. And actually, Morphling taking a bunch of damage. He can start morphing the strength if he really needs to. Lich, looking for it again. Nathan not going to be able to find it on that Lich. So this is interesting, because we got Takia adjusting to the situation. One hallmark of a person who's really good at playing Dota, or who's played a lot of Dota, or enough of Dota, to know what's going on, and have that fundamental understanding, is that if you have something that's messing you up a little bit. Oh man, hold on. We got the pings coming through. We got somebody right from the backside. Zeus is invisible right now, looking for a kill. His ulti's available. Soul Ring is up as well. He can drop a bunch of nukes. Squee might be the first one to go down. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to die right now. But the Sentry Ward's ward placed around the corner, and I think they were able to see the Zeus because of it. So very, very, very lucky Sentry Wards. And it looks like Tide and Zeus forced back away. Middle lane getting punched in the face a few times, coming out from Jerry Rock and the crew. And we got the whole entire raiding squad. They're just hiding. They don't want to go anywhere. They don't want to leave this place. Hashtag Bruno Mars flag. Alright, so Squee walking around the corner, throws out a Zerg Ward as well. The Sentry was placed here to give them vision, but it doesn't matter. Everybody is visible. 5 men down bottom for Omega B. They really want to make something happen. Ravage is online. Warlock ulti's not going to be online for quite a while, but Ravage is online. That's the main thing. And Blink Dagger is what Tidehunter really wants, so he wants to be involved in these kills. TP did come top from Kunkka, so Love Hurts will be able to collect himself a little bit of farm, which would be nice. I would love to see a Blink Dagger Kunkka too, or Blink Dagger 4-staff. Kunkka, I've seen it a few times. Anyway, Ravage will be coming through here in a few seconds. Time's to force to drop the ulti, taking a bunch of damage though. He will get hit with the stun. Finally does go down. A lot of damage coming from Rogue KCD. He kills one. He might be able to kill the Garcopter with just pure will, and they are going to be able to kill the Garcopter. The Shadow Word or the Fatal Bonds were able to do enough to actually bring him down. And Warlock, I think they kill the Warlock. Yeah, they get to kill the Warlock, so Warlock able to get the right clicks off. He does have only 2 points inside of it, but still more than enough damage to kill those guys. And that was only but a taste of that fight. Because imagine if Tidehunter would have popped that Ravage maybe a little bit sooner, it would have been a little bit better. And Warlock would have had his ulti, which he does have it available now, and just dropped it right on top. It would have been like Tidehunter throws down like this beautiful wedding cake with icing that you love to eat. Some really, really, really good icing. Your favorite, insert favorite icing here. And all this fancy dressing and stuff. And Warlock drops himself a nice little golem. You know, it's not an Ags golem, so it's no man and wife, but it's just man. Or maybe just wife. Anyway, Zeus mid. Sorry, I'm trying to run away from Drow Ranger, but you can't run from the darkness. Drow Ranger says something. I was kind of hoping she would say it. I thought they told you not to talk to Rangers, but sadly she doesn't. Oh man, you know, they totally need to give Drow Ranger a wildling. Like just give her a wildling skin. If somebody makes a wildling skin, I will vote for it. And for those who don't know what wildlings are, they come from the Song of Ice and Fire series, or Game of Thrones, how everybody knows it. Wildlings are people who live north of the wall, and they're not too terribly liked by anybody in the realm because they're saw to as people who just gave up on society. And they live north of the wall, which is where wild things live. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, guys. My bad. Middle tower does go down. Love hurts. Looks like he tried to come in for a deny, but Jarranger and crew, and by crew I mean creeps, were able to kill it. I was making some very long-winded thought about item builds. Excuse me. And this is one thing. This is one thing that I got to mention too, because Gyrocopter, he knew that he wants, he knows that he wants to go for Helmet of Dominator. He also knows that he wants to go for his other items, such as the BKB eventually. What he does is he just adjusts his build. Actually, we got Jarranger coming in and doing a bunch of damage to Starry. Starry at Dota will be losing his life here. Probably should have dropped the Thunderbolt on the high ground, but hey, hindsight's 2020, and Zeus is officially dead. Meanwhile, Lich and crew are walking around the corner. Looks like they're gonna go for a big old push down this bottom tower. They are scouted out by the observer, so everybody does move as fast as they can away. Lich ulti is online. Crystal Maiden ulti is not online, but it will be soon, within like maybe the next creep wave. There's too many people splitting XP around here. And Gyrocopter's ulti is up too. Speaking of other ultis though, Darkseer, no points at ulti yet. He'll be hitting at level 10. Time to try and TP out. Vacuum can come from Darkseer. He should have dropped the vacuum. That would have been perfect for him. The Ravage does come through. Here comes the Golem as well. I do think that's a big mistake on the side of Darkseer, to be honest. And now Lich ulti is going to be bouncing around. Not the best bounces in the world. They're trying to go for the kill on top of this Lich, but looks like Lich will be able to survive. The Golem getting slowed by Jarranger. Jarranger to the rescue. The fight did go a lot better. The fight did go a lot better than it could have. Or than it should have. I gotta be completely honest, but I think it's mainly because they didn't stack the ultis. They didn't stack the stuns, that is. Morphling waveforms forward, looking for some damage. Not gonna be able to find anything, but just some people running away. And the pigs do come on the map too. Hopefully, who we are will be able to get this top tower. And yes, just to clarify, Darkseer didn't have the vacuum, I agree. Tidehunter probably would have just turned around and tried to kill Darkseer, but it would have made that fight down bottom a lot easier for Omega 8 if Darkseer would have dropped the vacuum, just to stop Tide from TPing, because I'm pretty sure he had vision of Tide's TP. Tide's toilet paper. So they do get top and bottom tower respectively. That's going to be good for them. It's going to be good for the gold, and it's going to be good for all this situation that they got going on, because Jarranger, she's building for carry, and Gyrocopter, he's building for carry too, just a little bit slower. His gold was coming from the safe lane. His safe lane was very, very, very difficult relative to what Drow was facing, which mid was Zeus. I mean, Zeus got a few chunks of damage here or there, but not really much to stop him out. Anyway, Morphling taking a bunch of damage, getting slowed as well. The damage is coming through. We'll be able to kill the Morphling. Zeus, he shows up as well, trying to get the kill on top of Jarranger. Not going to be enough. Jarranger got himself a double kill, and Jerry Monrock showing you how it's done with that Jarranger. Just saying, bro, we don't need you, Gyro. Screw this Morphling. He's not going to be able to do anything anytime soon. And she just goes all in, kills him, and forces the GG out. And that, guys, is what I was saying before. The 4 Protect 1, not strong enough, or not as strong as the B team were hoping it was, and the A team were just able to just take advantage, get the kills where they needed it, and Jarranger started snowballing. So nice recognition as well coming up from Omega Team B for recognizing that snowball was starting, and that it will probably get worse from here. But I still do think maybe if there was just like one team fight within the next 5 to 6 minutes, it could have turned around easily and it would have been in their favor. So arguably they could have kept fighting, but they decided to go ahead and tap out, and that's going to be it for this game. So that is it for this cast, guys. I think there's another game. I'm not too terribly sure. I'll find out in a few seconds. But yeah, my name's CulBlu. If you guys want to check out my other stuff, check me out on YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBlu Dota. And you can also check me out on Twitter, which is @CulBluDota. Very nice place to follow me because I'm going to start tweeting a lot more. And that's really about it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. As always in my videos, as always in my videos, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys whenever.